Holy shit, I bought a house. So, this video was supposed to come out like a week ago. Actually, it was supposed to come out like 8 months ago, but we're not gonna talk about that. I bought a house, and it's a cluster. This is my 1924 farmhouse. It is located on roughly 4.5 acres of land with a creek. And before any of you ask, no, the house is not in a flood zone, and the house actually does not flood. I've learned that recently.
So in our midst of never-ending rain, I think you can kind of hear it and kind of see it, but this is how bad the creek tends to get around here. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a rapid.
So I bought this nightmare for around $50,000. No down payment, there's nothing in my savings, and I'll get a little more into that in a little bit. But first, let's take a look at why they were selling this house for the price of dirt. Literally. And what better place to start than in the shop? This house has tons of termite damage, at least in this portion of the house, which is kind of like a little addition. At least I thought it was termites, but it turns out I think they're carpenter ants. But I did kill a queen. And that is a brand new roof that was actually put on in 2008. So the roof is about 15 years old and not in good shape. This has recently been redone, but that was all rotten. The electric in this house is great. Just absolutely fantastic. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of pipes. But it came with a new septic. That is a hole going down to the basement. And that's a hole going to my upstairs potty. Or what used to be my upstairs potty. Actually, I ended up gutting this like almost immediately when I bought the house, and I'm glad I did, because that floor joist is rotten, and so is that one. Great. Okay, so how the hell did I afford this house? Now, before we get into this, I do want to say that I am not a financial advisor. All that I am telling you is everything that I did and I learned in order to be able to buy this place with 0% down and no savings in the bank. But you know who is a good resource to go to? Your bank, a loan advisor. And if you don't know where to go from there, reach out to a realtor. Ask if they work with any lenders that might even be able to give you a better deal on a mortgage than the bank you're going to right now. And yes, you can get pre-approved from one bank and get a mortgage through a different bank. That's how I got this.
So basically, a mortgage can be classified down into 4 different categories. You have your VA, your FHA, your USDA, or your conventional home loan. Your VA home loan is for veterans. I am not a veteran, so I did not spend much time researching this. However, if you are a veteran, I do recommend checking it out. From what I have heard, it is a very, very good home loan. So your FHA is your first-time home buyer's home loan. It's a government-backed loan, which offers you a 1 to 3% down payment instead of your 5 to 10% from a conventional loan. The interest rates are about 1% less than what a conventional loan usually is. However, being a government-backed home loan, the home has to pass certain criteria in order to get this mortgage. That means you cannot have any peeling paint on the outside of your house, you cannot have any exposed rotting wood, you cannot have any wood showing on the outside of your house unless it is outdoor grade, you cannot have any leaks anywhere in the plumbing, all of your utilities and your appliances need to be working. So if you're buying a fixer-upper like I did behind me, this type of home loan can really put some stress on things if the house doesn't pass the guidelines and the seller's not willing to fix it up. So your next home loan is your USDA home loan. This is a home loan that I went through, and it's a government-backed loan that incentivizes people out in rural areas with lower incomes. This home loan offers 0% down payment. You can finance your closing costs into the loan, and depending on the lender, you can also finance certain repairs to your home into the mortgage itself. Now, the USDA home loan also has a really good building program. If you decide to build your own house, you can use this in more rural areas if your income is low enough to need it. The income limit for this is also based on household income. So if you're a single person buying a house, you more than likely should be able to get this. I got this loan making $37,000 a year, so roughly about $17 an hour, and my credit score was like just above 630. And of course, your final loan is your conventional home loan. This is generally your 5 to 10% down, your like national average home loans, depending what you can get. The home does have to pass an inspection. However, this inspection is not as strict as if it were a government-backed home loan.
Do I regret this purchase? Absolutely not. This is a beautiful property. This is an amazing home, and it has a lot of potential. That being said, this house needs a lot of work. We're basically redoing everything in this house. We're going to be redoing all of the electrical, making it organized. We're going to be redoing all of the plumbing, all of the HVAC. The entire house is going to get re-insulated, and we're going to be changing a few walls here and there just to make it a little bit more personalized and kind of a little more modern, so to say.
Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you are a real one. If you found this video helpful, well, feel free to hit that like button, as well as leave a comment on what you think we should do to this house. The only rules are that the original trim is staying, the original flooring is staying. Everything else, we can work on. Anyway, I've got a big project ahead of me. I need to get started working on it, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, bye!